Good morning, everybody, and welcome to What's Hot on the Open here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick from the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Here to take a look at what has been quite an eventful morning. Taking a look at the futures right now on the opening bell, the Dow Jones is up 20 at 19,582. You have the Russell 2000 up 113, $1.13 at 1388.60. You have the NASDAQ futures up at 48.77 and a quarter plus $14.75. You have the S&P 500 futures up around 50 cents right now at 22.43, and the crude markets, they're up 69 cents at $51.53. And finally, gold down $4 at $11.68, $1,168.40. Thank God it's Friday. Let's actually take a look and jump in. We had a lot of action on the overnight. You can actually go back and check out our overnight action report that we had live at 8:30 Eastern Time. Go to MarketStream.live. You can catch up on what happened in Asia as well as Europe. There's a lot going on, and it's kind of catalyzed this market, or maybe not. We're going to take a look at that. We took a look at that this morning. But taking a look at the U.S. markets and how they're opening, let's take a look at what's popping on the open here. In reaction to some strong earnings and guidance, we have FinSAR. We talked about FinSAR last night, ticker symbol FNSR. Did that last night. We talked about it in Tech Talk. Stock's trading right now at 36.50. Stock's up about 8.1%. Gave great guidance and had very solid earnings. Another one that has had great guidance and solid earnings is Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO. Stock's trading up about 5.6% at 181.71. It's also started to rise some other names like Ciena and Micron. Broadcom had made a purchase of SanDisk earlier this year, so now you're starting to see Broadcom on the move. Now some of SanDisk peers, Ciena and Micron, are also moving up and raising with this Broadcom boat, so to speak. We also had Ferrellgas Partners pop up. This is a propane play. Ticker symbol is FGP. They had really solid guidance, solid earnings, and the stock is trading up at $7.10. It's up about 1.5%. It's on the move. We're going to watch some of these more specialty energy plays, because I think there could be some, especially those that are around the core, gas, oil, coal, those kind of components, because the Trump's policies are going to start to kick in once he's inaugurated in January, but you're already seeing that the seeds are being laid. What is dropping down right now on the opening in reaction to some disappointing earnings and guidance are Duluth Holdings. I remember these commercials. Ticker symbol is DLTH. This is that specialty outdoor wear. They have a bunch of different product lines. Stock's down over 18% this morning at $30.70. They gave really poor guidance going forward. We also had Restoration Hardware, ticker symbol RH. Spoke about this at Tech Talk last night. Stock's down almost 18%, 17.8% at $32.20. They came out and warned that they are seeing some slow holiday sales. Let's see if that actually starts hitting, that news hitting the wire, starts hitting some of these specialty retailers. Restoration Hardware is into some specialty furniture and fixtures. So let's see if maybe there's some stress on that segment of the consumer discretionary. But I do have to say that this sector in general has been performing very well. The consumer discretionary, Taylor Brands, Guess, we've also seen Home Depot and Lowe's all moving to the upside. So these two are the biggest laggards post what has been a pretty good season right now, both earnings and sales so far. Now, taking a look at the merger and acquisition space, Stillwater Mining, and this is one that I have looked at in the past. SWC is the ticker symbol. Stock is up about almost 20%, 19.7% at $17.50. It was announced this morning that they are going to be purchased or acquired by Sibane, ticker symbol SBGL, for about $18 per share. We're going to wait to see when the close date is on this one. This is a big pop in the stock, and I wanted to report why it popped on Stillwater. It was bought. It was acquired this morning by Sibane, ticker symbol SBGL. In some other news, we talked last night or yesterday morning as well as this morning in the overnight action. We saw Chinese gaming names under pressure. This morning, yesterday afternoon, there was some headlines out that there could be some restrictions on ATM withdrawals in Macau. We saw that had put some pressure on some select names, gaming names like Galaxy and so forth in China. But we also saw that there were some gaming names here in the United States, like Las Vegas Sands, Wynn, Mellow Crown, as well as MGM. They are all getting hit on this news. Well, this morning, the Macau authority came out and said there is no such restriction on the mainland bank ATM card withdrawal. There are no limits. What they have in place has remained unchanged. So basically, the headline saying that they were going to limit the amount that could be removed by 50% is not actually true at this stage. That has these stocks. Wynn's up 7.4%. You have Mellow Crown, MPEL, up 6.7%. You have Las Vegas Sands, LVS, up 6.5%, and MGM up 3%. So they're all bouncing off of those lows post that announcement. Still not totally tracking back everything, but hey. Also taking a look at some of the specialty biotech names. Some of these names are names that I keep an eye on because, well, come across these companies personally within the family. So these are things where if they hit home and I start seeing stuff, I want to bring them to attention to you, but also kind of taking a buy what you know or look at what you know kind of concept. Interspace Diagnostics, ticker symbol is IDXG. This is a big diagnostic company. Looks like Aetna insurance company is kind of reframing how they're going to actually allow certain types of diagnostics, what's going to be covered by insurance, what's not. Stock popped about 49% this morning, up to about $1.40. Yes, it's a dollar stock. Yes, you could consider it a very cheap option. But there's continued strength here, and I'm going to watch these specialty names, especially as we start to see the healthcare landscape starting to mold itself. We're starting to see a lot of headlines out of the Trump administration about how they're going to deal with drug prices, how they're going to deal with healthcare issues like insurance. And these names are going to be names that could be either benefit or it could be a negative to these names. Another one is Opthotech. Ticker symbol is OPHT. Trading at $38, up about 6.2%. There's something very important here. You think, when you hear this name, you're thinking, okay, it has to do with something with the eyes. You're right. And as a matter of fact, I've come across this company in the past. It's ticking higher today because of the fact that there is a asset management firm, Point72, disclosed a 5% stake in the stock. So the stock's moving up. It has institutional ownership now involved in it. That's where we start watching the stock because there's some real big money behind it. Also, Biogen, BIIB, up 5% today. The reason why, they have an investigational Alzheimer's disease treatment that they're going to be talking about, and they're presenting the phase 1 developments. This could be a blockbuster for them, where we're going to watch this very closely as it goes through the process. This is a phase 1 step here, and they're presenting on that. So there's a lot that can happen here, but BIIB is up 5% today on that news, on that investigational Alzheimer's disease treatment. Express Scripts, ESRX, it's up 1.8% today. It's $72.30. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this one is well, there's some famed short seller from a group, I think it's called Citron, that was on CNBC yesterday. I believe his name is Andrew Left. He came out and he gave a bearish target that was 36% lower than where the current shares are trading. Now, to me, I think this is egregious. I think people talking their book on television in this manner is a joke. But I wanted to really put some numbers and some context here. his forecast has a 25% probability of actually occurring going out a year. In other words, looking out to January of 2018. Unless Andrew knows something that none of us else knows, which, basically I have mixed emotions on too, and I think that there are other officials that would too. I think we have to be very careful when we hear things like this. The stock has bounced back coming off its lows after he made this discussion point out there. It's trading almost back at the levels when he was talking yesterday. It went from 73 to 69. It's now trading at 72.30. Be careful of these headlines and forecasts. Let's put some probabilities behind it if we're actually going to put our money behind it, which maybe he is, and good for him. Also, I wanted to note select metals and mining stocks. They're right now getting hit. You see that there is dollar strength, but you're hearing a lot out of, especially like mainland China, Europe, and here in the United States, especially in China, inflation is starting to rear its head. We're starting to hear more and more about inflation actually starting to show itself. I'm not seeing it in gold yet, because if you're starting to see this reflation story start to take some, get some legs, you're going to see names like Harmony, HMY, PAS, PAS, a silver stock, GDX, Rio, ABX, and Newmont Mining, NEM, all basically starting to get some strength. They're all down basically anywhere from 5.7% in the case of HMY to down 9-10% in Newmont. So I want to see that on the move. Okay, folks, that's it for the opening bell. Hey, join me at 1:30 for Eastern Time for Strategy Now. I'm going to talk about some details that are coming out from the Trump administration. There's actually a headline that a Reuters story, and I read a little bit of it, that was basically saying that the Trump administration and Congress will remove medical device tax. There could be some benefits for some select names. So let's keep an eye on that. We'll see you at 1:30 Eastern Time, where we're going to be covering that and much more. Take care and have a great trading day.